Hello and happy gaming, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I want to first of all start by thanking those of you who have voted in my straw poll. I do have the poll up on me up on my Facebook and my Twitter. Yes, let's not pretend like I know my grammar. I will post the link to it in the description below. I'm going to run the poll for roughly 3 more days up until I believe it's going to be July 23rd at roughly 1:22 p.m. So make sure, good lord, make sure you get your votes in before then, and I will do the first themed run based on the winner of that on the following day on the 24th. So now we all have a time frame, and like I said, I will put the link to the straw poll in the description of this video, just so that you guys have, a little bit of confirmation on it. Now, that having been said, let's go ahead and get started with this run. So on this run, I decided to optimize for use of Bolt Claymore. Why? Because I think it's neat. The whole idea of Bolt Claymore is that essentially you're sending out a ball of electricity that gets a field around it. And then when you're ready to detonate it, you hit the button again, it goes boom, everything in the area gets electrified, and you all have a bloody good time. So in order to optimize it, I decided to go for a power build. So Rule Robe, I'm taking Air Spinner as a good all-around get-off-me option, Exploding Fireball because it's a great long-range power move, and Cartographer's Quill because, hey, why not? If I'm going to be exploring the entirety of the Chaos Trials anyway, I might as well make sure that I'm getting a bonus for it. Alright. Is there anything here? Probably better not. Whee! And away we go! Well, at least they had the common decency to put Atlas right up front. But, I mean, that's also, 2/3 of the trial that are going to be resistant to my Bolt Claymore. And 1/3 that'll actually be vulnerable to it. So we've got ourselves a very interesting run. Now, because of how Bolt Claymore works, I am going to want to make sure that I pick up some arcana that'll work well with it. Well, that worked. Glad I did that. The other thing is, if you just let the bolt hit the enemies instead of detonating it yourself, it doesn't shock them. So you have many reasons to set it off yourself. Hello, what do we have over here? And the Tesla Coil, 3 Gorges Bulwark. The Tesla Coil is kind of interesting. I might take that. But I'm going to wait on that because I also want to see what is available as far as Arcana go. Hello, Juno. Don't worry, I know what the word Maven means now. Now, I imagine there's a contingent of you out there watching going, so what exactly would be the difference between Rathalos and Charizard in this poll? And I've been putting some thought into this. The answer may surprise you. Hey, could you guys maybe not? Okay, that was a stressful room. But yes, I need something that can act on the immediacy of the moment, which is why I really need to focus on getting myself another Arcana. Something that I can act on somewhat impulsively. Because Bolt Claymore is something that you use as a premeditated event. you are not going to be using that as a get off me option, which is kind of what I need. And yes, it's a role that Air Spinner fulfills, but it doesn't mean that that's the only Arcana we're going to be working with here. There we go. That's looking much better. Alright, so what do we got? Well, we got the Air Spinner upgrade. That's good. So I need things that can act immediately. What does she offer me? Crashing Meteor. Real good. Real good, hun. Fadeaway Rhythm fills that role, but I think Mock Stunner is kind of ultimately a little bit better for what I'm thinking. And I gotta go back here because I missed the red portal. And keep in mind, every bit of the Chaos Trials we're exploring, we're getting a damage bonus. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, hello, Taffy. Damn you, controller. Why would you do that to me? Have I not been kind to you? Alright, so it's going to be Mock Stunner first, then Bolt Claymore, and there we go. Alright, you going to give me anything good? Not really, but I'll take it. It's an option, although not an option that I'm like in love with. Still, it's effective enough. Okay, kind of screwed up there, got hit by the spear. So now there's a big old hole in me that you probably didn't need to see, but hey, too bad! That's just how the Chaos Trials go sometimes. Sometimes you walk away unscathed, sometimes you walk away with a few more holes in you than when you started. You didn't even have to use a 3-hole punch to get there. Oh, screw you. Okay, so to explain what happened there and why it just looked like I was just letting him, poke more holes in me, I, for some reason, had it in my head that Mock Spinner was on the R button when it wasn't. And while I was sitting there trying to stun him the whole time, the game was going, yeah, but that spell's on cooldown. And I'm like, no, it isn't, you bloody liar! Then I reevaluated what I was doing. It's like, oh yeah, I was on cooldown. Just kidding, game, I love you. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right there. That's a good fight. So, I've mentioned before that I love Mock Stunner. It's just really good at creating space. So, no need to go over that again. Just keep in mind, I do have something here that I really like. You? Yeah, I'll take that. A chance to sometimes throw my triple fireball and then be able to throw my triple fireball again right away? Yeah, you better believe I'm taking that. Hello, sir. What do you have for me? All fire arcana cause burning, the one fire arcana that I have, but receive double damage from water spells. Pardon me. I'm gonna say no to that one. First of all, it won't be that much of a bonus if I do find the stanza of Frost, because I have no I have no Ice Arcana to make the Poem of Fiery Rhyme really do anything for me. But secondly, and probably more importantly, taking double damage from water spells, yeah, that's gonna spell trouble in Freya's castle, so yeah, no thanks. And depending on how I'm feeling on things, I may go back for the glass cannon. Yeah, that's what I thought. Air Spinner, making things safe to fight in since 2018. Hey, I said no. But I'm also kind of waiting to see if I can get, and the answer is no, by the way, because, you know, why wouldn't it be? I was hoping to get Bolt Claymore upgraded, but apparently Iris doesn't like that idea. She's just selling random crap again. You know you want to replace your basic, right? No, I really don't. This works perfectly with what I have going on. Yeah, but you should totally replace your Dash Arcana, but no. This keeps me safe and lets me be mobile. Why would I want to replace that? Ultimately, the answer is because I said so, and I'm just going, piss off. Alright, yeah, I'm going to take Glass Cannon. Yeah, it's going to lower my maximum health, but, you know, awfully hard to say no to a 20% damage increase. The damage is becoming nice and sweet. I'm doing plus 7.93. I love it. And then if I can beat Atlas without taking damage, this will apparently improve my damage as well. So let's see what happens. Knowing me, I'm going to make a mistake and be like, "Oh, I stepped in the mud again. Oh darn." One, two, three. Hey, I did it. Alright, so now I actually get to see what sort of damage increase you get for Idealist scorecard. Ooh, and Flame Fusion. It's an extra 12%? Ooh, I like that. And let's see, I'm going to ultimately, Flame Fusion is a more effective spell, but against the Lightning Elemental area, I think the Drill is probably the better idea. But make no mistake, if I find something that does stronger single-hit damage, I'll probably be wanting to switch Tectonic Drill to something else. Like, even Earthquake Axe, I think, is probably a little bit more effective. Which is not to say that I think Earthquake Axe is, you know, is an undisputed piece of trash. That's not at all what I'm getting at. What I am getting at is that honestly, I'm just not a big fan of Earthquake Axe, but I do think it would do more for me. Well, I mean, there's also Knockout Boulder. I could hold on to that. I definitely want to upgrade you. Oh, and Bubble Slaps. But I'm going to pass on Bubble Slaps because it's not going to be very effective against either the Thunder Twins or against Freya, so, you know, there's that. And actually, because I have this, let me temporarily shelve Bolt Claymore. Down the hole with you. Get out of here. Yeah, this is definitely the wiser idea while we're dealing with the electric people. There we go. Looking good, looking good. Well, you know I have to take the Equester cap. It's just too good for repositioning. How's everything else looking? Maybe. But now I need to decide whether or not I'm going to purchase Knockout Boulder. And the fact of the matter is, do I think I'm going to need Knockout Boulder? No, probably not. Will it be helpful? Oh, like a mother. Tweet. Indeed, tweet. By the way, if it seems like I'm a little subdued today, it's because I didn't necessarily come into this with a topic of conversation. Like, there were things on my mind the last couple of days. Today, not so much so. I'm just kind of sitting here thinking, okay, what do I do with my day? I know I need to go get a new USB cord in order to use my capture card, because I wanted to stream some Monster Hunter, and by the way, I mean Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, not Monster Hunter World. Sorry if that caused any potential confusion. As much as I like the Mimic, I kinda have... I mean, I like everything I have. I don't necessarily want to give anything up. So, I don't know, probably not going to take anything from you. Mercenary's Dagger, it's a little bit too early to be taking Mercenary's Dagger. I still need my money. Pardon me. Yeah, you didn't even stand a chance. Just the way it should be. Okay, I should probably make a decision on this. I think I'm going to stick with what I have, actually. Not only just because it's already upgraded, I'm talking about Tectonic Drill, obviously, but also there's the idea that Tectonic Drill is doing something else that's helping me out more than I'm giving it credit for, and that is it's allowing me for quick reposition. I think that in and of itself is pretty valuable. And it also goes right along with this item. I mean, it's a little bit of a damage increase. You know what I can do with this, now that I think about it. Alright, on the ground, on the ground, on the ground, on the ground. I can't drop you. On the ground. Now we'll take the Mimic. There we go. Alright, that's much better. And yes, I will take a special Snowflake. Alright. Look at this, we're just whipping through things. Got enough damage increases to choke a horse, whose head I happen to be wearing. Ha 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 ha! But seriously, don't Godfather anyone. You don't know what I mean by that? I mean, honestly, I know I'm not exactly a big film nut, but there are some things in movies that even... Oh, hello. Holy crap. There's a lot of stuff. There's the bunny ears, the jumper... There's a lot of movement-based arcana here. like, I don't really know what to do with all of those. So does that work with Tectonic Drill? Does that count as a movement-based arcana? It seems like it does. Yep, did that one right. You, thank you. What'd I do? I mean, you did shoot a lightning bolt at me. That's kind of grounds at the very least for self-defense. Hey, Dark Sage, your damage is looking kind of ridiculous. I know, thank you. I'm very proud of that. Thank you, Megalodon Tooth. Your service won't be forgotten. You shall be memorialized in the annals of the Wizard of Legend. You know what's sad is that I did this run because I wanted to show off and play around with Bolt Claymore. Now I'm not even using it. And yes, I have a good reason for not using it, but it still saddens me. Like the whole point of what I was doing is, hey, let's show off this Bolt Claymore and we'll get to make some modern military jokes and jokes about missiles. But no, the first two levels just completely invalidate Bolt Claymore. It's like, the game knows, man. The game knows what you have in mind, and then sets out just to ruin your fun. You're like, yeah, you'll get to use that Bolt Claymore. You know, I don't know how I feel about you taking the weighted companion cube and putting spikes on it. Like, did it ask for that? And it just seems like you did that without anyone's permission. Wait, why are you selling both regular Bolt Claymore and upgraded Bolt Claymore? Is there something I should know? Iris, are you high again? No, I'm not. Alright, yeah, okay. Iris getting her smoke on. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to come back here. That's useless. I better not. Now, you see, Bolt Claymore can do the Shocky Shock. I'm just not sure if it's worth taking just to empower one Arcana. I don't know, I think I'd better wait for something a little bit more universal. Alright. I'm doing so much damage right now. That's up to essentially 15, that's 10, that's 20. That's 12. It's all working out so well. Well, you know, Dark Sage, you did take the soccer cleats. That's only working with one of your Arcana. Why not take the shovel as well? I'm essentially banking on something better showing up. And, you know, it may show up, it may not show up. Damn. Good lord, my damage is through the friggin' roof. There we go. Okay, so no idealist scorecard bonus, but, you know, I tried. And no, I'm not taking the magma mine. I like it, don't get me wrong, but nah. Alright, now it's back to Bolt Claymore, now that we can use it effectively against Freya and her goons. Oh, what's that? Your mobs are actually afraid of lightning? Well, gee, I don't know who would take advantage of that. Also, the area of effect, now that I've upgraded it, is much greater. Yeah, this run is something. I'm enjoying this. See, this I'm going to take because now we've got a good defensive backing in case things go horribly wrong. And there's no telling when you'll walk into a room and everything spawns on top of you in order to show you the proper way of buckling your boots, so to speak. What, me take advantage of your lightning weakness? Surely you jest. Oh, I'm dumb. There we go. Little 1-2 missile, huh? Little 1-2 missile shoot there, right there. I'm aware of what I said, and yes, I'm a little embarrassed about it. My ability to speak English varies on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes I sound dignified, well-practiced and versed in the art of conversation. Sometimes I sound a bit like a sailor. Every now and again, I have days where I sound like a hillbilly, and this has been one of those days. I'm gonna pass up on Crimson Clover, mostly because it's one of those things where, yeah, it probably will help, but I also don't want to take a chance on it backfiring on me and, you know, every enemy is suddenly going, critical hit time? Ooh, watch us do a little critical hit jig, and then I die. It would be neat if Bolt Claymore could be a signature, but I'm also not entirely sure what it would do if it could be a signature. Also, I'm aware that, you know, Permafrost Cube isn't exactly the strongest of helps, but I'm also kind of hoping that maybe I'll find Cremire. Well, it's not going to be on this floor, of course, and I'll just sell it to him, and then I can pick up something that'd be a little bit better for the run. You know, all wishful thinking because we know how my luck goes. More than likely, on the next floor, it'll be Doki the banker going, "Ah, they're always after me, Lucky Charms. By the way, would you like to trade some money for Chaos Gems?" I don't know why Doki the banker is, you know, the Lucky Charms leprechaun. Just leave me alone. I've already come to the conclusion today that anything I say likely isn't going to make sense. Evan Wolf's Cloak, but lowers damage for other elements. Okay, so since my run is mostly based around other elements, let me not take that. I know there's some of you who are probably going, but it's an increase to 2 of your... Yeah, it's also a decrease to everything else. Now, Evan Wolf's cloak used to be worse. It used to be that you would increase fire and lightning damage, but you would take double damage from water and earth-based spells. And it doesn't take an economist to look at that and go, that's poor value for your money. And in this case, it's not even necessarily money in this case, but you get the idea. Get out of here. You and your fancy pants storm magic. What do you think you are, a lightning mage? Get out of here. Alright, we're going to take this carefully because we do have the Equester Cap. We are going to make sure that we don't accidentally activate our top speed and run right into Foot Stabby Pain Death. This is a technical term, I want to remind you. Foot Stabby Pain Death? What's that? Well, like, any of you who have kids will probably understand, but that is the feeling of stepping on either one of their toy cars or Legos and suddenly you go, oh fucking hell! And then your kids are like, what does that mean? And it just leads. Anyway, it's what happens when you step on a Lego or you know, depending on what you have, like a Lego, a Duplo block, a Hot Wheels car, something along those lines. It's just what happens when you step on something that stabs into your foot, causes you immense amounts of pain, and maybe makes you have to explain a linguistic concept to your children that you weren't ready to explain to them. Us role players know it as the don't put your D4s on the floor syndrome. I am dumb. I don't know why I thought the spell I was trying to use was ready to go, but it clearly wasn't. There we go. Do I care enough about Pathfinder's knapsack? I'm gonna say yes. Now let's finish exploring the floor. No, wrong way. Excuse me, button. No, you guys don't get to endlessly combo me with your bullshit lasers. Fuck off. God, I hate those enemies. This has got to be like one of the first times in a long time I've picked up a Equester Cap and then didn't immediately find the Rainbow Tail like right afterwards. So, you know, for once, I'm going to be ending this without the unicorn disguise. I've had it so many times in a row, it makes me think I'm a little threadbare here. I'm not a unicorn-headed man, just a horse-headed man. I don't know if that's more or less mystical, but I think a lot of you would agree that, you know, rainbows tend to be the sign. Yeah, no, stop spamming your goddamn minions. No one likes you, Strafe Archer. That's why you're never invited to any of the minion parties, jerk. There we go. Haven't even needed to buy a health potion yet. That's different. There we go. Alright, so is that going to be 24% for the Idealist scorecard, or... So everyone you beat without taking damage is an extra 12%. God, that's ridiculous. Also makes it an ideal pick for doing endless runs. Ah, look at that, each fireball doing 112 damage. Ugh. I apologize. Lunch was very filling, and some of it decided to come up to say hello. Speaking of saying hello, Cecil wants everyone to know that he's here. There we go. Beautiful. Huh. Alright, you know what? I was wrong. As I kinda usually tend to be in these situations, it seems. Yeah, I think that'll do for taking care of his minions. Everything else stays. Alright, so ultimately, what is my feeling on Bolt Claymore? It's fun, it's strong. And unfortunately, there's not much more I can say about it. It's just one of those things you take when you're tired of the other power options or want to give something else a chance to shine. You know, it's kind of the whole reason why I took it. And it's not filling a niche that isn't being filled by anything else aside from like military missile enthusiasts out there. Anyway, for those of you who are unaware, the Claymore is a type of, what is it, ground-to-air missile? Is it? I don't actually know. It's a type of missile. All I know is that was really easy. It seems like some of my fastest runs are usually power builds. I think it's because even though there's the potential for greater out of a critical hit build, with power builds, the damage is guaranteed. So, a little something to take home with you. Cecil is very upset right now. He wants everyone to know that he's here, and he doesn't care if he's disrupting anything. He's like, no, you pay attention to me, damn it! Alright, so all in all, Bolt Claymore, it's a stunning and resounding And that's all you can really ask for when it comes to some of these spells. I mean, that's the thing. Not everyone gets to be like that A+ student. There's a few people at the top, a few people at the bottom, everything else is in the fucking middle. So where does Bolt Claymore rate? I don't know. B+. It's not awful. It's also not something that I take very often unless in this instance, yeah, it works out fine because the build was optimized for it. Isn't one of those things you're gonna go out of your way for and be like, God, I gotta have that. I'm sorry, it's no Tracer Barrage. I'm just saying. But thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate your support. Like I said, the Charizard versus Rathalos poll is going for 3 more days. I look forward to hearing your opinions on the matter. So until next time, my name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.